So do you think social media can make the problem of information overload better or worse? And do you have any recommendations for academics who are worried about how much time it might take to spend online to build a profile and to communicate? 3 minutes, go.
Okay. Well, I think social media is a very personal thing, and how much someone engages with it affects how much it's going to impact on their life. But a good thing for, I think, young early career researchers and anyone wanting to kind of step into using social media and technologies more, and they're worried about this problem of information overload and these intrusions into their working life, is to perhaps try and start with some good housekeeping, because I'm sure people actually feel overwhelmed already by the amount of emails and various kind of contacts they get on a personal and professional level. So what I would start by doing is having a look, first of all, by all the mailing lists that you're kind of subscribing to and how many notifications you're already getting, and try and offload a load of stuff already, because I think people all too often just delete, and they don't actually get to the root of the problem of the intrusions they're getting. So there's some great tools out there. One particularly good tool is something called Unroll Me, which will kind of sync up with your email account, and it will list all of the subscriptions you receive notifications from, and you can on batch just remove a load. So rather than adding some new ones to the pot and feeling even more overwhelmed, just have a look at where you are at the moment and get rid of some of those. And then also kind of look at the notifications you're getting, what you're getting on your tablet device, what you're getting on your smartphone, and try and figure out which ones do you really want to be prodded and poked about. So, you know, if you're using Twitter, do you want to get a phone or a tablet alert every time someone mentions you, or do you want to kind of go to it when you want? So think about switching off these notifications, because I think that's the problem, that people then start to feel even more overwhelmed, and then they just stop using it all. So, and that's not what we want people to do. So look at using aggregation tools such as TweetDeck for your Twitter, and using curation tools like Scoopit to curate information that's coming at you from all these different places, and create these little strands of academic interest, very much like a kind of a Pinterest board, but of blog articles and journal articles and videos and all kinds of things in different themes. And a good tool to use is If This Then That. If you search for IFTTT, that creates recipes. So if you do something here in social media, it will have an action over there. So you do something in Facebook, it will impact on Twitter. You do a tweet, and it will save it as a Google Doc and create all your tweets into one Google Doc. So it stops duplication, because one of my interests in information specialists is trying to simplify processes and trying to remove replication and duplication, because I think these all hinder people from trying to use technology. And another good thing to do is just try and kind of plan your day. Try and not be driven by these notifications. So don't have your mobile phone on when you don't need it. Remove those kind of things so you can do the traditional academic work, so you can sit and write in silence and try and plan your day ahead to achieve a few things, because you need to do this if you're going to use the technologies, because they can be very intrusive. So
yeah, so Andy, sorry, that was your 3 minutes. It goes fast, doesn't it?
It does.
So I'm imagining some kind of, real-life TV show where someone comes in and helps you organise all these things, because you've named already quite a few tools. I know I use If This Then That. I also use Pocket. I use Buffer, and I use various other tools, Flipboard, to actually arrange and disaggregate my feeds, I suppose, so that they don't kind of come in my face all the time. I always think that social media is a bit like a hose pipe back to your face if you don't actually engage with these tools. But knowing which one's right for you, I think you've nailed it there, that it's a very personal thing. So